And stream on the way.
The interesting thing now is that it shows, like whenever someone's typing, if they're in the audience or not. Not well, just in
Yes,
the chat in general.
yes, they recently added that, and it also works for voice chats, like not even stages.
Mm-hmm.
I
I mean,
assume
that is
it's the
very
same.
helpful for people looking in chat if the person is
Yes,
listening.
yes.
Yeah.
And also they added the icons for when people on VC are playing some games, so you can see that next to their name.
Yeah, it is very helpful. Sometimes they do good stuff. Sometimes they actually do their job. Hello, No Hawks, Captain Toluru, Eurovenator. Um,
Tyler was in pain.
Yeah, I assume there's going to be some people caught
Dyla.
off guard.
okay,
Oh.
we are all set. However, before we start, I will get myself something to drink, so people also have still time to vote. I have not looked at the results in any capacity, so this will be a surprise when I return.
There's one taxon we're apparently doing tonight that not very not looking forward to it, but oh well.
Listen, it's been asked for
Yeah,
a long
I
time. It
I
deserves
understand.
it.
Yeah, I
It
think
deserves
yeah,
it.
I
Plus,
can.
a Echinoderms, to my knowledge, like in the 2 years I've been doing flockings, only a single other Echinoderm has ever been done.
Really? I thought there's been more
Oh
than one. I thought
God.
there's been like maybe three.
There was Anomalocrinus in the last 2 years, to my knowledge, and that's it.
That's the only one I can recall.
And that was a year and a half ago. I I wouldn't mind drawing an Echinoderm, in all honesty.
Why? I do think maybe like the people that have been suggesting it should also look into possibly making a Wikipedia page for it.
I mean, not everyone needs to write Wikipedia articles if they're gonna suggest something. I don't think that's the valid thing to like
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
think people should do. Vex, you got something that you asked for, requested for, one the last 2 weeks. I feel like someone else should be able to get something.
There we go. Okay. Time of the truth. Oh, that's a thread. Boop. Screeny the shotty.
Dynamo, are you wanting up? 500 ichthyosaurs ever.
500 cigarettes at least.
There's some very cool ichthyosaurs, but I think the last 3 ichthyosaurs we've done for stream are all just like the short-bodied ichthyosaur or ichthyosaurs like ones.
No, Calawea was pretty unique.
When did Callaway? Oh wait, no, I wasn't here for Callaway. That's why I don't remember.
That's
I
good issue.
wasn't there for that part of the stream. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I just forgot about that one.
I had a lot of fun with Calawea. Anyway, let's have a look. What did get the most votes in here? I think this is... Unless I miss something. No. And that is Cypher Dracon.
Yes, the new boy.
We are Cyphering. Oh wait, it's new? I totally missed this. One after that, what's next? I think we have several ties here.
Yeah, I know Morganocodon is one of them that's up there. Oh wait, next is Ectoconus. Which has the
it's tied.
Phosphatosaurus.
It's tied.
Yeah, Morganucodon and...
Let's draw that Echinoderm. The person who's been suggesting that has been suggesting it for multiple months now.
Yippee!
And it's a bilaterally symmetrical one, so it's not that difficult to draw.
Oh, it's a tie again.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying, like, let's just draw the Echinoderm. Like, there's good references for it, and they've been asking for it for a while.
The other one is Brahmacerium, though.
One of them is way more likely to never appear this placement again.
Let's keep that open for now, maybe.
Oh god.
Let's go gambling!
I guess Cypher Dracon is first.
Indeed.
Either way. Yeah. I mean, luckily we have good refs for that guy.
I already got stuff pulled up.
Okay, nice. Seems like the skull is a little bit crushed.
Yeah,
Lori's wanting in.
just a little bit.
It's just a
Yeah,
smidge. Oh, I remember this guy now.
Yeah.
nice.
Where is... There's the window lizard.
Hello.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
No.
The holotype just looks like it got bonked on the head. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Pretty
Bingity
good
bongity.
holotype too.
Yeah.
The
Where
name
does-
oddly feels. I don't know. It feels like something that would have been done before, if you ask me.
Oh! This guy's sister to Hophiopteryx, so something that has a really good body. So
Mhm.
it does have a decently. Let me post that.
Yeah.
Actually. That's
Relatively long torsoed.
Okay. Okay, you
I
do
sent
have.
them.
Nice.
Not
The cool thing about-
not ready.
The good thing about Hophiopteryx is that it has three-dimensionally preserved crania. That's been how do you say? It's been scanned and retro-deformed, whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think Hophiopteryx is the best when it comes to like envisioning the skull of this guy. Like the orbits
Yeah,
are
I
quite a
mean-
bit smaller and
Mhm.
stuff, and
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just thinking like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some general things here.
you
and
know,
there,
I
but
think the skull of
there's
this guy is
definitely-
probably a little bit slimmer. Like looking at this image here, like from below. Looking at it, yeah, it is partially crushed, but I think that's mostly top down.
Interesting. I hope we find another specimen that preserves the skull a little better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try drawing digitally for this flocking because I
Ooh,
recently got a new drawing tablet, a much more inexpensive
nice.
one. And I'm gonna try practicing that way.
nice.
Normally I do these on paper, but you know.
What program are you using?
For right now, since my other laptop is away, I'm using an online digital art program called Photopea. Pretty much has most of the same capabilities as something like Krita, which is
Hmm.
what I hope to use as my main medium. It's been a little interesting to learn. I haven't really toyed around with all the brushes and whatever yet, but I mean, it's not been too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Who pinged me?
Oh yeah, it's from Charmouth.
I mean it's what I've got for now. I know, Vax, I'm sorry. It's what I'm using for now, and I'm probably going to be actually working with Krita hopefully sometime soon.
Oh, by the way, I think Doomite wants app as well.
What?
When I was in middle school and high school, well, actually more in high school, I actually my first endeavors with digital art that weren't MS Paint were mostly with Photoshop, and it was okay. Just don't think I knew I don't think I knew enough how to properly use some things, especially stuff like
Oh, it's a
layers and
constant learning. Like I still discover like in GIMP new functions and stuff to this day. I just recently learned how to create custom dynamic brushes.
I mean, that sounds like something that's I don't know. I'm not sure if that's something I would do, but you know.
Also, hello everyone. I'm sorry I'm late.
Don't worry, I'm late as well.
Did we start yet?
We
Are
did not
starting?
start yet, but we have amassed all the references we need, I think.
See an Ichthyosaurus
Yeah.
first. That's fun.
Yeah, Zyphodrakon. Pretty straightforward. Mid-Jurassic Ichthyosaur, so already quite derived in its body shape and stuff. Nothing too
Really Jurassic.
fancy.
I ought to take. How the frick do I do this? No. What I need to learn to do is how to drag references onto whatever canvas I'm doing, which is fun.
You know, I should be drawing plants for a project right now, but I'll be fine. I drew plants all night last night, so I'm good for now, I think.
Why the fuck? I just looked at my audio settings again, and you guys are on plus 15% only.
Scary.
That's not good.
Let's bring
This
you
is
back
good.
up
Let's
to
see.
400%.
This feels weird. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's. It's a frickin'. Well, I guess it could open up the. I guess it could open up the references on my phone and just look back down at that.
Why can I not type it in? Oh, because I'm not on percentage, I'm on decibel. That's why.
Unfortunate for you.
Not sure if that really will change much, but we'll see. Okay, let me get the timer. 20 minutes for people not aware. And let's grab the stylus or pencil or whatever you like to use. Everything is welcome, unless it's called ChatGPT or something comparable. Okay, let us begin with Zypher Dracon in 1, 2, 3, go.
All right. So, would it be? I'm wondering if it would be not really too smart to use Ophiopteryx itself, like for a main reference for the body, but not for the skull.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
unfortunate.
Yeah, no. I would not use it for the skull at all.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
Just overall body shape, and because we have soft tissue preservation for Horphiosaurus, it gives you a rough idea for
Opteryx.
like placement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hophioteryx is better to look at just to get an idea of soft tissue things, because they
yeah,
aren't
interpreting
They're the same shape.
Cyphodracon, it's very crush.
Unfortunate. Oh, I do not like that brush. Trying to find a good brush setting to use. Yeah, that's a little sloppy looking. Maybe I like the brush.
Everything
I
is
started
nice because it is like it's very crushed, but there is still some like three-dimensionality to it, and you can kind of get an idea of like something that we often point out when we're doing ichthyosaurs, where it's like the arms sort of sit very low on the body.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
pretty apparent with this guy.
Let's see.
so many references.
Also,
of-
expect the flippers look razor slim in the skeleton. In real life, you can expect them to be at least double the width.
Ooh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
If we use stuff like Stenopterygius as reference here. There is
Like
usually
Stenopterygius.
substantially more soft tissue on the flippers than the skeleton suggests. They're also oftentimes quite a bit longer. You see this nicely in stuff like Temnodontosaurus or Uranosaurus. And Uranosaurus is not that far off, honestly. It's like sister clade to Horphioterygia.
I really would like it if
Uh,
there were more studies on Uranosaurus's anatomy or whatever.
Oh, there's probably stuff underway.
I don't know if you've answered this because I have to go for a second. Someone's asking what art program you're using, Yash.
This is GIMP.
Someone is echoing.
Probably me. I'll fix it in a second.
I already got an idea for this guy based on his name.
At some point, Yash, you gotta do like a Q&A section. That's literally just like, oh, what program do you use? GIMP.
I think you should have an FAQ, to be honest.
We
'cause
have that.
I feel like that's yeah. Well, people don't read it, I guess,
Yeah, I mean,
because I feel like that's asked almost every stream, at least
It-
every ones I've been on.
It is.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of things that would be like FAQs that just people just forgo when it comes to like basic stuff. But you know,
Yeah.
oh no, that was the eraser brush. Woe is me. How do I make this work? Okay.
Another thing I will say, while these things were like, do seem to be somewhat deep-bodied, leptonectids in general don't seem to be as deep-bodied as some of your other Parvipelvians, like Stenotregius.
Yeah.
They seem a little thinner, so
Yeah, no, absolutely.
something to keep in mind.
I believe the last ichthyosaur I drew was what's it called? Platypterygius. I could be wrong though.
That's what I
Which
drew within
species
the
though?
last
There's quite a
walking, I
bit of
think.
difference.
Yeah, Platypterygius is It's fun to draw though. I like how bouncy it looks, for lack of better words.
I think all Ichthyosaur hands are kind of ridiculous looking, but Platyturgis is kind of on another level.
Oh yeah, Ichthyosaur
Corn.
limbs in general. I've
Just
heard them as I've heard them described as the most derived limbs of any vertebrate.
Yeah, there's also like a lot of variation within Ichthyosaurs. Like some of these Triassic ones are doing completely different things than what you see later on.
I would go the other way and say, like, they are the most basal looking of all the derived tetrapods.
They go back to having
Yeah,
little fins.
because they go back to have more than
Yeah,
five digits.
the original Return to Monkey.
The original return to the Devonian.
Return to Fish.
Yeah, I like to think of these things as the they're kind of just fish if you think about it.
Yep. I believe
They
it.
are. You could even call them fish lizards.
Like
That'd be pretty
Oh,
crazy.
kinda fish
dude,
lizard.
that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
No, now let's not get ridiculous here.
I don't think I've seen many ichthyosaurs in person, but that's because I'm not German.
Or British.
Yeah,
Or from
Well-
or from PNW.
and well,
They have a surprising amount of them.
yeah, but not like the really quality stuff. I mean, I've gotten to see what is it? I've gotten to see some Symbospondylus and Thalattoarchon and what is it? Mixosaurus. But that's about it.
I still am sad to say I've never been to a museum with fossils, unfortunately.
How?
What are you doing
I
with
live
your life?
in like Louisiana, and we have one thing of note, and it's Basilosaurus. And I've only been to one museum, and it has not had Basilosaurus or Basilosaurus or whatever.
It just
Yeah,
that
to be
was the-
fair, hold on. In defense, there is in Florida. There's also only one singular museum for anything of note with paleontology.
Yeah,
and
Florida Museum of Natural History.
Which
That's
is
pretty
even-
good.
which is even more wild for Florida.
the only like museums I've been to are like not natural history museums. They've been I think there's a local one which is a museum of like just Louisiana stuff, and like it's a tourist attraction more than anything. And then there's the World War II museum in New Orleans. That's it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I think what is it? I think it's the Louisiana State University Museum of Geology, whatever it's called. That's got like one of the best Basilosaurus skulls. I've seen a cast of it over in Utah though. It's
Raven.
complete, it's relatively
Raven, we have
unpolished.
11 minutes. We have 11 minutes left.
Alrighty. I think I'll have to check that out next time I get the chance to do anything in New Orleans, or just
I have
wherever.
no idea if it's on display though. There's no guarantee for me
yeah.
if it's on display. I don't know anything about its display status.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's something that's unfortunate with like university museums is that sometimes they're just museums in name only and that they actually don't have a public sort of exhibition deal,
Yeah.
whatever the hell you want to say. But if you wanted to see what is it? Museum stuff. I mean, Alabama is probably better if you want like Basilosaurus and well, I mean, Alabama has a lot more
Yeah.
fossils anyway.
Probably, but I don't think I can like necessarily make an excuse to go to Alabama just to go to a museum. Unfortunately, I do not have
Yeah, that might be
that
true.
much. I do not have that much. You know, yeah. It's just the way things are right now. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get there one day probably, or just to a museum in general.
Yeah. Well, from what I've seen of the Florida Museum of Natural History, it looks amazing. Helps that they've got like pretty much everything you'd need for like good displays on Cenozoic fossils or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Yeah.
calling me? Go away. But I've never been that far east.
Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't want to go that far east if I was you either.
I don't know. It's just
I don't know. It's just you know. Yeah, it's just like that.
Nah, I
They
don't
just
like
did
how
that.
this looks.
Yeah.
See ya.
Something that's always good to mention with ichthyosaurs. Their eyes are probably mostly covered by skin, because the sclerotic ring are the eye size, but a lot of it's covered by skin.
Yeah.
As has been brought up, there is some variation with the amount, but it wouldn't be completely uncovered, probably.
Aye. If this were done with pencil and paper, this would probably look a little less awkward, but you know, I need to learn how to work with this. I didn't spend $60 for nothing. So
Yeah, that's valid.
yeah, I mean here's a cool thing about what I've got. It's actually much cheaper than the last drawing tablet I had, which was like $100 something, and just felt so unintuitive. Just sounded so scratchy when I used it, so I hated using it. And in turn, that just meant that I barely ever used it.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
7 minutes.
One of these days, I need to get myself a proper drawing tablet because I have an iPad right now, and the like
Oh.
the pixels are starting to die. I've had it for years at this point.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the main thing you should be bringing up. A lot of people use like Procreate and stuff. Like, I don't think that there's
well,
any.
I don't even
issue
use
with...
Procreate. That's the thing. I use Ibis Paint.
Yeah, it's gonna.
That's what I draw in.
I mean, I was just using that as an example. What I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is that I don't think there's any issue with using.
Well, I don't think there is either. It's just like I think like the iPad is like it's good. Don't get me wrong, but like I do wish I could use it for other things, like on my computer. I guess is what I'm trying to. I don't know. But yeah. My iPad is fairly old by this point. I probably, instead of getting just another iPad, I'll probably end up getting I'll probably get like maybe a drawing tablet for a computer, but
yeah. Well, if you do get I'd have to see what it's called again. Because this thing was pretty. What is we on HS611 graphics drawing tablet? Just very intuitive and relatively cheap. You know, $60 isn't bad.
that isn't bad.
That is incredibly
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, it's incredibly cheap for the quality it is, which, you know, I would expect something like this would be much more. Oh no, don't do that, please. I would have expected something a little.
Right.
Hold on.
I don't assume it has a screen though, huh?
It does not.
Yeah, I didn't
thanks
think
for
so.
things for $60.
Yeah.
Will not.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I would be able to draw on something that I can't actually see what I'm doing on where the pen connects to the tablet or paper, whatever. You know, I don't know if I could. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna stop stuttering. I promise. I'd have to learn to do it. I would definitely. It would definitely be like, you know, you just have to learn it. But I don't know if. I don't know if I could learn it in a time frame that I'd want to do that, or like in a time frame where I'd be able to get used to it quick enough to where I could still do things that I need to do.
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
you either get time or you have to spend like $200. Like, I'm gonna be honest, drawing like tablets to screens are like $200 at least, and that's not
Well,
something that
yeah,
you can
that's
be against.
No, you're right. Though I will say my iPad was around the same price, so you know.
I don't think I've ever used a tablet with a screen in the last whatever, like for pretty much all of the drawing tablets I've ever used. I don't think I've ever used one with a screen.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be capable at it. You just have to it's just a lot of just practicing.
Yeah,
just-
yeah, I know. Practice makes perfect.
Messing around. I mean-
I'd say it a lot.
And I didn't even when I was doing digital art at first, I was starting out with just mouse, which is
Oh yeah, same actually. Mouse
You
was
know, I mean-
hard, and I do not have any good work from that era of my art, but I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with mouse and keyboard, so I'm not gonna say not anyone could.
it takes discipline.
'cause-
It's not like
yeah, discipline I probably do not have.
I ooh, do something lighter here.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
With my limited color palette, I'm gonna try to do something.
I'll say, I
Stop
used
it.
a tablet without a screen, and at first it definitely felt weird, but I don't really think about it nowadays. It's just kind of,
Yeah, I can
Mhm.
imagine.
it's very natural after a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I need to get proper practice in for like just digital drawing in general. Like, last weekend I did some practice, which was just taking one of my pencil drawings and drawing and painting on top of it, basically, which is nice. But I do think there's a lot more I want to figure out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Usually.
what I'm doing right now, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having fun with it. I do intend to
Usually,
draw
yeah.
Zypha Dracon again. I won't say for what.
Hmm. So this guy is Zypha Dracon, right? That's yeah, okay.
Yep.
I like it.
Uh-huh.
I like writing the name next to things when I draw it.
Is
Yeah,
Zypha Zifia Dracon, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Oh god, this thing looks so evil now that I like look at it like
Evil.
it's basically evil. It's just about done. You'll see what I mean when we send. But
What are you doing?
I'm not
don't
sure if I
worry
put the
about it. You'll see.
Not sure if the shadows are what I want them to be, but we're just having fun, you know? And
Oh,
I just think if I drew digital stuff more often, I think this would feel less awkward for me because I feel like, oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
It's usually what happens. Yes.
Yeah. When,
I'm
when
just-
20 seconds.
When were your first flirtations with digital art, Joshua? Because most of the stuff I remember seeing on your DeviantArt were like watercolor and.
Oh, there's
whatnot.
some ancient. Some of my very, very first digital art is still on DeviantArt actually.
Wonderful.
Going
yeah.
going back to 2000 and before 2010 actually, I think probably. Okay, time's up.
Hold on.
Horrible things.
All right,
Just gonna squeeze in some-
I'm cropping the image as we speak, so I can send it.
Time to
Yeah,
post.
you guys talk about this. I'm just not an artist, so I just when I do draw, it's pencil and paper because that's what I got.
I get
Yeah,
that
you know-
too.
I mean,
There's no shame in that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you do art, if you draw, you are an artist.
Yeah.
But I understand what you mean.
Yeah, you
you're
know
There's a
what I
lot
meant
of,
by
uh,
evil creature I just drew.
I think in
I
general,
feel like. Hold on, let me get this down.
ichthyosaur skulls are rather mischievous looking. So if it's a little
Yeah, especially because they got that natural smile.
evil,
Where the frick is it? Get over here. I had a little fun with this. I mean, it's not perfect, but. Oh, God. Let's see.
Dark Valor asked, "Here's the question: what do paleo artists typically do as quote unquote real jobs? I can't imagine there's enough demand for commissions for 99.99% of them."
That
Well,
varies
the
a
people here
lot. You're
the people
asking
you're
the wrong
asking
question
is-
because for me it is full time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Wow.
you are asking like specifically the wrong person.
Oh, well. I know, I remember, what was it? On some podcast, William Stout mentioned that one advice he gave to like paleo artists is like keep your day job or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because art alone won't sustain.
I mean, with
But,
some paleo artists, they are also just paleontologists, like, and they just
Yeah.
do artwork for their own papers and some other people's. Like that is.
I mean,
Yeah, I gotta.
the vast majority is also just hobbyists.
Yeah.
Like I will say I'm not I don't make like drawing stuff like that for art, but I am a vocal artist, and I can tell you that like my plan is to just kind of do that as a side thing, you know, just for fun because I genuinely love singing. So, you know, maybe in between, you know, going out on expeditions like and stuff, just seeing what the locals do, you know, singing with them, enjoying that kind of culture there.
Well, right now I've just opened up 5 $20 commission slots on Instagram, so there's that. But
Yeah, some people literally just do other commission stuff too. And
I'm just doing.
paleo art is part of it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Really need to open up some kind of commissions, but like I don't even I don't even know like how. I haven't done it really before. That's not true. Okay. I'm. I don't know if there's enough people with the actual money that would want to like commission me for the artwork I usually do, which is like creature designs and stuff. Like
You'd be surprised.
I know, and people do say that. Like a lot of the time they want to commission me, but most of the people that want to commission me don't actually have the money, and then most of the people that do have the money that I've met do not seem to want the commissions, and I don't have a lot of active social medias, so I don't like. I'm mostly on Discord, so I don't really have the, you know.
Yeah, and you're in that valley where you have to go through social media, so you have to build yourself up there because You're
Yeah.
not this small artist
Yep.
that's doing it for like, $5, $10 here or there, but you're also not this like super high quality top tier will like spend $100 on it just for one piece type of artist. You're in that middle ground of like, yeah, you're good, and I wish I could help you, but the people that will want it can't afford it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, for
Anyway.
what
it's, yeah.
since I'm starting off with commissions again, I just start off with something basic where it's like $20 per pop. Just like yeah, if you want to commission this pencil drawing or whatever, it's just $20 or whatever. Because I don't want to keep it so low that it's just, I don't know, because like the amount of work I put into it, I'm like I feel like I could charge a little higher. Maybe it would have been $10 like, I don't know, 5 years ago, but I've just been going at it for long enough where I feel like I'm confident in my abilities.
Not to
I
mention
also
inflation.
wanna say, I wanted to say,
Sorry?
Fang is saying, as someone who makes half their living off Insta commissions, I do agree it's hard going, but we all try our best.
Yeah. I think the thing is too, I used to have like a, okay, I won't say like super huge, it was like less than 1,000 people, but I used to have a decent like Twitter account, but I stopped using Twitter for obvious reasons. And
Yeah.
like I like, I don't know, it's not like, and another thing is too that I don't know what I'd even charge for like the usual concept art that I do.
At least minimum
Yeah.
wage.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at how
yeah,
long
I
you
mean-
worked on something, and then look what is your minimum wage, and at least go for that. Don't go lower. Anyway,
Yeah.
we can continue with this afterwards, but let us first have a look what people posted. Starting with Colorblindo, who did this little guy here, just little gal, I should say, just pooping out tons of tiny babies. I feel like they might be a little bit too small. I mean, we have like quite a few specimens now with babies inside of females preserved, and they're usually a little bit larger, around twice the length, I would say.
They aren't as big as like whales and stuff, but yeah,
Yeah,
probably a little large.
yeah. I mean, they have small litters, but and subsequently the juveniles are relatively large, not as big as in plesiosaurs, which are ridiculous proportionally. But yeah, otherwise this looks pretty nice, I think. Let me actually put up the skeleton here again next to it for comparison. Yeah, no, that looks about right, I would say. Yeah. Okay, next up is Ultra Loser. Feels like the perspective isn't quite right. Perspective like this with a very long rostrum is always tricky. Best thing you can actually do is build a 3D model, unfortunately. Or have a 3D scan of the fossil if it's like well enough preserved. But yeah, it is really hard to do it justice with something like this. But I think you did a pretty good job overall. I think that looks quite nice. Yeah. Okay, next up, Avery, wish little guy, just swimming around. I feel like the torso proportion are a little bit too similar to stuff like Stenopterygius, a little bit too round. The like judging by its closest relatives and the fossil itself, I think it would be a little bit more slender, even accounting like for stuff like blubber and stuff. A little bit more sausagey overall, I think is more likely. But otherwise, yes, this works.
I think one of the reasons a lot of people depict this animal like that is because there was like with the press release stuff, they did have an illustration that I don't think was Zyphodracon.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. That is not Zyphodracon they put out there. That is something that I think Dean Lomax commissioned years ago and just reused here because he still had the rights for that. But I don't think Bob Nichols did anything new for this, or maybe the press just used that image. Although I suspect that Dean put that in the press release package because Dean is usually very media savvy.
Yeah, I know he made one. He got one made afterwards, but no, I think you're right that originally it was a reuse.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Hussein, Whistler's little guy here coming out of the water, breaching. Nice. I think the dorsal fin is a little bit weird in shape, and I'm not sure if the head could like move like that, or maybe it's because of the shoulders rather far forward. I think you might have made the neck a little bit short. Like I think the shoulder would be a little bit further back. But yeah, otherwise that is indeed an ichthyosaur. Schmoosh as it's supposed to be. Next up, we have Roadrunner from Hell. Last minute effort, unfortunately. Coming in late, I see. With two Zyphodracon showing off their long, thin rostra in the sunset. I think proportions-wise, that's it's doable. I think I would make them a little bit slimmer towards the end here, and not dipping down to the bottom, but more going up a little bit more. Or maybe it's more like the top looks a little bit broken right now. Let's just say that. Okay, next up. Oh, actually, very similar thing here. Ominous fucking mandrill. Who are you? Rodent. Beautiful name.
Every day we reach new levels of innovation with Value Stream nicknames.
Yeah. I'm afraid what names I might see below. We have this really nice scenery. I love the brushwork you did here and stuff. That is very cool. A little bit like Lucas Atwell. I feel like the head looks a little bit disconnected from the body. Ichthyosaurs are famous for having like very smooth transition to the body. And it looks a little bit like a phytosaur right now, I have to say. And the eyes would be probably a little bit larger. Yes, sclerotic ring does not equal eye size, but the opening in the middle does. And the opening is quite big still. So, yeah. No, but you gave it a nice long rostrum, so, yeah. Okay, next up, Luan. With these two guys here being seemingly intimate. My God, you're at the hospital? What? You
Are you okay?
Luan, are you yourself there, or are you visiting someone? I hope you are getting better soon, or whoever you are visiting is getting better soon. Oh boy. But yeah, these are two little, very cute guys. Look at him go. Nice counter shading and stuff. Then we have Doomite, who murdered this creature for some reason, or Razor. Doomite did what I would call the monster hunterification.
There we go.
Doing everything I don't like about Monster Hunter. I will not elaborate.
I saw Draken in the name, and I decided.
You absolute madman.
It's funny. I love it.
Get me some horses. There's a man to be quartered. Anyway, next up is Vex.
This is the ichthyosaur.
haven't drawn paleo art in days. Oh my god, no! Every day you need to hone these skills. I jest. No, you don't need to. I think the rostrum is a little bit too quickly like ascending upwards. Like the whole thing is a little bit too triangular. Looking at the skull, yes, it is squished, but I think most of the rostrum is pretty well preserved. Not that much squished. It's mostly like the orbital part, and the post-orbital part that is really like broken down. You can see it behind the orbits here, like what do we have here? Like the post-orbital and stuff that is broken. You can basically see there how much it is squished down and how much you would need to raise it basically up. So what you have here, it looks more like something you would expect for a baby that hasn't quite developed its rostrum yet. But I really like what you did here with the counter shading and stuff. Good stuff. Okay, then
In
Lolpai.
general, or
Oh.
I was gonna say, in general, for ichthyosaurs, usually their skulls, like the way they taper, they're very pinched right up until where
Yeah.
about the orbit starts, because their eyes are just so big. So
Yeah. It's mostly parallel lines basically, and then it balloons out for eyes and
Yeah.
brain. Okay, next up Lolpai, who censored their piece. Let's have a look. Oh my god, only that fish swim with the stream. Okay, everybody leave. Anyway, that is a very motivational little thing here. Nice. Very good. Excellent. And we have Laurie, also known as Window Lizard, with this little guy. Look at him go.
I realized when I was drawing this, I was like, why does this look so familiar in terms of composition? Because I know I've drawn ichthyosaurs like this before, and then I looked at my sketchbook again. Lo and behold, there was a Kilauea drawing that I'd done like a month ago or so that had the exact same pose, and it hurts me to my core. I don't like that.
It happens. I mean, it's a flocking sketch.
Yeah, when I draw it again, I'm gonna have to make sure not to subconsciously copy that pose. It's hurting me.
It is pretty straightforward. I think you might have made it overall a little bit too slender.
Yeah, but so was it was really difficult to kind of get the handle of making it all work out digitally. I mean, but it's all right. I'll make a better version at some point.
Yeah, and I think the head is a little bit too long. It is very slender and stuff, but when you compare head lengths to like the rest of the body, it's like two skulls are fit into the space between like neck to hind flippers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. Because now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, what ichthyosaur would have a rostrum that long?
There are a few, but not this guy.
I'll have to study this after stream because I do want to draw what is the Cyphodracon for something, but I'll just wait for later.
That is very typical for Unity to be silenced to name themselves after giant snails. Yes. Fun fact: we once had two big Achatina as pets. It's family. Very very fun. You can see and hear them gnawing on salad, on lettuce.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's one of these few gastropods that are large enough where you can actually witness that. Okay, and this guy is jumping out of the water, seemingly, or it is observed from below, showing off its beautiful eyes and beautiful tiny eyes, which I think would need to be increased by 50%. I feel. Which would make it actually look even more stupid. Please do so, Alex. That Velociraptor with this little critter here swimming through the ocean, minding its own business. I think similar to Laurie here, the torso is a little bit too short or the head too long. I think in this case it's more like the torso being too short. And I would make the rostrum thinner. Again, Ichthys, when you look like above here in Alex drawing, you see roughly how thin the rostrum should be. These guys have very slender jaws, and a body that is roughly 2 times the length of the head. Something to keep in mind. It's always good to, if you're not sure, measure with your pencil against the screen or whatever you are referencing. If it's not the screen. Octolus then coming in with this little drawing on some lined paper. How dare you get some proper materials. Anyway, this is a funny patterned creature. Quite liking breaking out of the usual counter-shaded schemes we see here. However, I would also like to point out once again that the torso is quite a bit too short. It is very tempting to have something with a long, thin rostrum and give it a relatively short torso, because it is something we see again and again in nature, that a long, thin torso goes together with a proportionally relatively short body. We see that in pterosaurs and many other long-faced aquatic animals, but in this case, actually, it's not. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. But you gave it this nicely proportioned head, so yeah. Okay, then Raven. Raven, I think you did quite well here. I would have made the torso slightly thinner, maybe, but otherwise, I think that looks pretty alright. Maybe making the flippers slightly longer, slightly wider. But yeah, no, that is Cypher Dragon. Nice. Then Tapping Snurtle with this very cool little sketch. I love the dynamic lighting and like bubbles coming up and stuff. And very challenging perspective, but I think you nailed it quite nicely. Also with the caustics and stuff, very cool. Excellent work. I think I would actually get rid of these other specimens here in the background above the snout. I think they're a little bit irritating. But yeah, no, otherwise, very cool. Is this inspired by like photos of like sailfish or something, or marlins coming up to the camera? It feels very, very much inspired by that. But yeah, looks very cool. Then there is Mr. Entertainment himself. Wish the little guys here and the baby as well. Very, very good indeed. I think the torso could be a little bit less deep, a little bit more sausage shaped. But no, otherwise, it's very, very on point, I think.
Thanks.
Nice. Then Captain Trololo with something a little bit more stylized. Forgot to hide. No, I think it's alright. For something a little bit more stylized, this is I think pretty good. Nice. Loves the green tone here you chose. Then Casual Soap Muncher. Springlock. What? I quite like this portrait, how it's coming out of the water. It reminds me a little bit of belugas when they come to the surface. Very cool. Nice. Pattern based on ooh, nice. A bass. And there's the Nemo with a little guy. And its little long snoot. The snout reminds me of certain fish. Oh god, I forgot the name.
Gar?
Not gar necessarily, more
Needlefish.
Well, yeah, maybe needlefish. Certain needlefish, I think, reminds me of that. I think again, like the torso could be a little bit longer. Also, it's better than in some other cases here. Yeah, no, that is a very nicely done Zephysaurus. Then Lolpie. Oh my god, with another one. Nice. And then we have a portrait slash half portrait by a Brontologist. Permian. Yes, absolutely. No, I mean, if we find Permian ichthyosaurs, I absolutely suspect them to look like this. Yes, just
Surely.
as derived. Very nicely done portrait. I think the flippers could be moved back a little bit. I feel like you got rid of a few neck vertebrae here.
Yeah, I'm already editing it a little.
Yeah. But no, that is a very nice looking Zephyr Dracon. And there is JW with some big fish coming by. Ooh, Pachycormids. I'm getting no answer. Anyway, good looking ichthyosaur right next to it.
Oh, I'm back. I was doing something. If you were asking the fish, those are Chondrosteus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Just toying with them by the looks of it, this ichthyosaur here. I think this one has a little bit the opposite problems. I feel like the neck is slightly too long, actually.
Probably.
Yeah. Combine both Abrontologist and JW, and you get the perfect Zephyr Dracon. Do the fusion dance. No, but very nice in the knew it, Tapping Snaddle, you can't hide from me. That is an excellent image to use for reference. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, that works better. And thank you, Alex, for that edit. It will hopefully guide my dreams tonight. Beautiful. We all will never be the same. Okay. Zephyr Dracon done. I should actually save this. And probably post it in the good old stream gallery. And take a sip.
Sip of what?
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee at this hour?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, you're a beast. Oh my goodness.
Zephyr Dracon. Save that. Copy.
Alright, so what are we doing next?
Let us find out.
Ectocornus.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Funny.
Oh yeah.
A very silly, potentially, stem ungulate some sort. We don't fully know.
Ooh. Oh, this guy is funky. I love him.
It's
This
sort
will be
of
fun.
It's sort of the Paleocene large mammal ever.
Hmm. Yeah, fair.
Goodness.
I kind of.
How large is it? This is gonna be funny.
It's decently sized from what I remember.
Looking at this,
Looking at
I
the
would
images.
suspect something like a black bear.
Isn't this guy from trying to think what it's called? What was this? Corral Bluffs. It should be on the size chart.
Oh, true. No, then it's probably a little bit smaller. Or on the
I'm
the
thinking like
small
our-
range of.
I'm thinking like aardvark size.
Yeah, for
Skull's
some
like
reason I
15
heard the name
centimeters.
and my head went directly to Escuminac.
Let me.
I'm thinking too much Devonian fish in the moment.
AI.
You can see the skull. Skull's the black and white one. here. This is the Corral Bluff size chart I made.
Oh, yeah, mine was
Oh,
loading
wow.
as well.
I mean, yours is higher quality. So I'm deleting
Is
mine.
it?
Oh, is Corral Bluffs that one site that the DMNS did some excavations at and had a whole like online exhibition about?
I believe it's the one.
I don't know the
that's part of-
institution, but it's like they found like all of these very well preserved skulls in like concretions.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that'd
part-
probably be the DMNS. Yeah, because I'm seeing some names that I'm familiar with, like was it Carciopticus, Oxyclenus, Teniolabus,
Yeah.
Eoconodon especially,
Yeah.
Loxolophus.
So this guy would be roughly, I would say, around the size of like a medium-sized to large-sized dog.
Hang on, I found
Yeah.
a redescription paper. Let me see if I can find the given size they have for it.
He's issue-wise, I mean,
Dynamo, I think, posted that paper. It's the
It would-
revision of the genus.
I
Yep.
think it's without a doubt a furry animal. I just don't.
Yeah.
Considering
Oh, no,
where it's
absolutely.
preserved, I don't think we could really say more than that. So. But in my
Raven.
headcanon,
Raven is asking, what's worse, iced coffee at 3 a.m. or whiskey and cola at 3 a.m.? I would say the latter one because it's alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Raven,
Well-
were you wanting up? Like the hand raise thing is disabled, out of our control.
Yeah, it's broken.
oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's
Discord
poo-poo.
Discord is once again fucked
How'd the face of the
beyond
chud look like?
belief.
Well, let's just say, well, I guess you'll have to find out for yourself.
Yeah.
Drawing mammals is kind of fun for me. I mean, there's a lot of things I've learned in recent times in reconstructing Cenozoic mammals, but all I have to say is it's like eating your vegetables. You just gotta do it, you know? Builds character. I mean, not that I dislike eating my vegetables. I in fact quite enjoy my produce. Paper, ears, and nose.
We don't know.
I don't
do.
think we know. Yeah.
We just honestly, for most things about like Paleocene mammals, I don't think we know much about anything about like the soft bits. Just yeah, you're just gonna have to. Unfortunately, with like some fossil mammals, it's a big game of you're just gonna have to like look at similar sort of mammals in terms of size and niche and whatever, and
I
There
mean,
we go.
start to do
then-
it halfway.
Yeah,
Diddle-
even then,
diddle
mammals
scaling.
do display a lot of variance. So
Yeah, this thing's heck yeah, that looks like an aardvark in terms of size.
Yep, I just found one. They say it's roughly in the meter range.
This thing would make for a good zoo animal.
Yeah.
Not
Probably.
sure
I'm guessing
sure
it's
if it would be
an omnivore, right?
if popular.
I will be going for a bit as I need to go get dinner.
Okay.
What's on the menu? Or, oh, never
Pizza.
mind. Pizza. Save some for me.
Dude, I would kill for a Little Caesars pizza right now.
Ugh.
With the oh no, that's Papa John's with the what is it, the garlic sauce.
Mm.
Oh well. When was the last time I ever had Papa John's? Probably like God.
Let me see what.
I don't
I
know.
don't even know
I
anymore.
personally think my favorite pizza I've ever had, because I have had a lot of pizza in my life. Obviously. But Little Caesars is probably the best one I've ever had. And I am not taking any criticism on that because I'm right.
I have no shade towards Little Caesars. I actually don't really have much of an affinity for any major pizza chain. I know Domino's is like the one that like is the most ubiquitous, but yeah, I don't really have any strong opinions, let's just say. And I know Yosh
Well-
was just rolling his eyes, thinking like, "Oh, these stupid Americans with their slop."
I I'm
Shaking
so
my head.
sad though, because in Michigan, we had people in California also have it, Mod Pizza, and then it wasn't really all
What
that profit.
pizza?
Mod Pizza.
Mod Pizza. I've never heard of this, but we did have.
Dilo
I
has
think
referenced it.
Sbarros. I think has gone out of business mostly.
Yeah. Mod Pizza's whole thing is like you get the same price no matter how many toppings you add onto it, and it's oven baked, which is always
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
This is one
But
of those that what is it that one a channel company guy made a video about, wasn't it?
I have zero clue.
Well, there's this guy on on YouTube who makes videos about like companies that are just pretty much going out and why that was or whatever, and I'm pretty sure that's one of them. I don't remember.
Raven, it's like the one oven baked style pizza here. Like that's I don't have many comparisons. There's not really all that many mom and pop pizza places near me.
Oh my god.
Also, it's like the one place that has like garlic cloves as a topping.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
I just remembered another pizza chain. I'll make this quick, called Z Pizza, which I haven't seen a location for in a while, and I actually can't tell how many locations they have now. Plan to increase locations in 2025, 2026. Well, I haven't seen any new ones in a while, so good luck for them.
Captain Trololo, if you look at the images, you can't really see it in any of them on the back, but in the front view you see it's 5, and it should be also 5 on the back. At this stage in the evolution, I don't think any mammal was doing any funky things with reduction of digits yet.
That being said, all the reconstructions of this guy I've seen have had like almost hooves, which is cool. Like they've had like
I mean, it's
big,
possibly close to the basal ungulates, so
I
Yeah,
don't
that's what I mean.
think I don't think it would like that is possible to infer.
But Dave, I mean, looking at the skeleton posted above, it looks pretty cut and dry, like that these would be like claws. Not
Yeah,
sure
it's
like
kin-
what the
I was gonna say this is sort of just the mammal ever, in my
yeah,
opinion.
I was about to say
Okay.
the same.
yeah. I like how bulky it looks. Just
Then I don't know why all the constructions I'm seeing have all, like not like
They
I don't know. I don't know if
they
I can
have
describe it.
thicker claws if it's a like burrower
Yeah,
or like digging, but not really.
Maybe
Oops.
it's just
Well-
thicker claws. I don't know what I don't know what I'm talking
Uh,
about.
I think it also
Whatever.
depends on how much scrutiny. I mean, I'm looking at Ectoconus right now on Google, and all that reconstruction doesn't do it well. I think here's one that here's the one of the few that I remember growing up, which is I think what's his name, Jim Robinson. Joshua
Yep.
might know who
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is. He did the press art for Endrag and blanking on what else.
You can meet
He's
him at
still around.
Dinocon.
He's a. What's that?
He's coming to Tetsu and Dinocons usually.
Ah, yeah. Well,
Oh, Josh,
this reconstruction. If
apparently Vex wants to come up to the stage.
What?
Nice.
We already so full.
here's a reconstruction.
Okay.
Looks somewhat reliable. I really love the way I really love his technique. I really want to know more about it. Just love how just polite the lines look on it.
True.
It's very tasty.
John
But-
Hamill.
Also, also, Raven, I did check, and there's some Papa Murphy's in Michigan. So if I'm ever in the area where one is, I might try it.
Fun fact:
Oh my
here in
God.
Argentina, we don't really have any American pizza chains because whenever they try to enter the country, they all fail.
Any reason?
Argentinians just don't like the American style pizza.
They just do
Uh,
that.
what chains do you have?
Of pizza? I don't think we have any like pizza chains. Even like Argentinian pizza chains. It's mostly it's just local places.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah,
same
well.
here.
Since I've got family over in Argentina, I could ask maybe a couple things. I don't know.
Okay, let us start with this funny little mammal that was chosen by the council. Ectoconus, starting in 1, 2, 3, go.
All of
At
the
first-
clunkiness. Sorry.
At first, when I saw this on the list, I got a little confused with Ectoganus, which is a totally different thing, and a little later. God, this is going to be so fun. I love drawing mammals. It's like
all of the clunkiness. Sorry.
see.
It's been a few. It's been a little bit since I've drawn like a more traditional mammal. I was trying to figure out.
What was the last?
Trying to figure out proboscidean anatomy earlier today, which is not a
Ah,
traditional
you-
mammal.
There you go. Good on you. Good on you. I want to draw more proboscideans because well, yeah, they're a very fun bunch. Kind of. Last one I drew was a Rhynchotherium because I was kind of hooked on that publication published a couple of weeks, more like earlier this January on Cuvieronius being discovered in North America. I saw in one of the specimens that was used for comparison was the that one Rhynchotherium skull that's on display over at the Las Vegas Museum of Natural History, which is just not a great museum in my opinion. I'm sorry. The only good thing about it is that Rhynchotherium skull and Brian Eng's Dilophosaurus. Most of everything else is just pretty awful in my opinion. / mediocre. Yeah, it's Rhynchotherium's a funny animal. It's doesn't really register as a Gomphothere at first because it looks so derived, and it's got this funny thing where the what is it? The mandible makes a sharp downturn, and it's got these two tiny little tusks at the end.
Yeah, me and Dynamo were talking about this. By you saying that, you are treating Gomphotheres as a true grouping.
They are not.
I don't know anymore. I'm so sorry. I'm not a phylogeny person, and I don't pretend to be. All I know is
Correct
that
me if I'm wrong.
also
Dino,
elephants
but,
give me a
like,
headache. and-
Gomphotheres are like basal to not basal, ancestral to modern elephants, right?
They're a grade.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I just like anything Proboscidean after the Miocene because that's when it starts. You know, that's when it starts getting serious, and
The
in
more
terms
you
of-
learn, the more you learn about Proboscideans, the more you want to beat Proboscidean paleontologists.
Well, one of them died in a terrorist attack, and what was it?
Oh. Okay.
What was his name? Jeheskiel Shoshani, I think was his name. But
Oh, you mean I'm sorry. You mean a Proboscidean paleontologist died in a terrorist attack?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
I thought you meant a Proboscidean died in a terrorist attack, and I was very
Ah.
confused.
They got the zoo.
Like, yeah,
Sorry about the confusion. Yeah, all I know is that a good deal of Proboscideans, like the ones I remember, this was just a play, just like something that hurt my head trying to figure out. But like I can never tell if it's Zygolophodon or Mammut or Pliomastodon or Mammut or whatever. It's like I give up. I just give up.
Proboscidean taxonomy is a complete mess, especially in North America. There's a bunch of things merged that shouldn't be, probably. There was
Yeah, I'm
thesis, like a year or two ago that went over it.
I blame Cope for some of it and Lighty.
No, no, don't blame either of them. Most of it is super recent. This is
super
just,
recent.
or not super recent, but like 90s. Like this
90s.
has nothing to do with like any specific person. This is just the field.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
Well, I'm mad at Cope and Lighty for naming the damn things in the first place.
Yeah.
But I know that's a little that's me being reactionary. What I should say is what's the only Proboscidean paleontologist I know of from nowadays is what's his name? I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but Jukar. Have you heard that name around in the literature before? I think
Doesn't
it's part
really.
of the Florida Museum of Natural History. One of the publications I know him from is one that figured out the relationships of what's it called? What's that thing called again? Amebelodon, the Floridian species of Amebelodon.
I know people are sort of questioning that. I know Dynamo has said a good amount of things. He is a bit sniffly right now, but Dynamo being saying, "Oh, not that thing, please."
I think I've only ever.
Dynamo, I know you're sniffly, but would you like to talk about Proboscidean taxonomy, including that thing?
Do we need to?
I think I've only
where is this
ever,
discussion happening?
Dynamo typed to Twitch.
Oh, I'm not looking at Twitch chat. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
just
all
looking
good.
at Discord.
I think the only
yeah.
I've only ever gotten like the chance so far to draw two like elephants and obviously they're quite stylized, but I think I'm still really proud of these two. Yeah, these two in other talk text. One's a lot more recent than the other, but I'm still really proud of their designs. I know they're not accurate, but that doesn't matter. I'm really happy with these designs. But they're not the most recent mammal I've done either. Digitally, I mean. I think the most recent mammal digitally is also something I'm really proud of. Which is my Dinopithecus, which I really like this design too. I was really happy with how this one came out. I'm not good at primates, but this one came out pretty good.
Yeah, well, whatever the case, I guess I'll have to send you the link to what was it, the Paleo Nerds podcast episode, which interviewed that one Proboscidean paleontologist I was trying to mention. Just so I could and then you can track down his literature and yeah, well the Amebelodon paper is one of them that I'm familiar with. I did learn some cool things about some behavior though, like the fact that Gomphothere seem to have when they use their tusks for feeding or whatever, they have a particular tusk that they rely on because of like tooth wear type stuff or whatever. They have like a notch from repeated use.
Yeah. That would only be some because me and Dynamo were actually like while we were reconstructing it, we found that one quote unquote Gomphothere, just females didn't have tusks like Asian.
Which taxon?
It is currently under Gomphetherium.
Okay, that doesn't help.
So that can't be everything. Also, more importantly, 11 minutes left.
Okay.
I gotta lock in.
One question regarding this guy we're drawing. is do we have the whole skeleton or is
Oh,
some
yeah.
stuff in the mounts? Because like the tail is ridiculously long for like a mammal, honestly.
Yeah, no, these guys are just
Uh,
more basal.
yeah.
yeah, like considering the size of this thing, like it's not that common.
Basal mammals of
Well,
Ungulus kind of have longer tails than modern ones.
yeah.
I mean, it like, I'm gonna be. It's sort of like comparing. Oh, hey, like, some dinosaurs close to avians have longer tail than birds, and then finding that weird. Like, this is just very early Laurasia there.
I mean,
Also, this is like, I think like giant anteaters have like more tail vertebrae than these guys, and they're larger.
yeah, fair.
I'm so
Speaking
glad
of
I
which,
got
I
all
have not
the.
seen I've not seen a giant anteater in a long while.
I'm so glad I got all
Those
the
things are so
Colosseums from doing Paleoart again out on the Ichthyosaur.
Yeah,
Ichthyosaurs are good to
It's,
warm up.
I've been I've
ichthyosaurs
only
are
been doing character art for the past 5 days. So doing Paleoart again on the
ichthyosaurs
is a good buffer.
aren't too terrible to mess up, or even if you do, I mean, they're simple enough that you can just kind of have a little bit of a. You can mess up a little, and it won't be too egregious. The only way you could really mess up is if you
Do what I
know.
did.
No, I
It's okay.
personally, I'm of the belief that not all paleo art needs to be like super accurate. It just has,
Oh yeah, me too, for sure.
I just think it should be. I mean, if you do, if you want to make that explicit, please let it be known. But you know,
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
yeah,
I make it well aware to just about everybody I talk to my art about that
Yeah.
my art is not like accurate and it's not trying to be.
yeah. The one thing I will say is that I do think that sometimes some people get a little too retentive about accuracy or whatever, and then it just kind of feels like a buzzword sometimes, and that I think some people lose sight of how nuanced the idea of accuracy in paleoart is, because we don't have complete information for every prehistoric animal ever. So, and also, even with the best preserved fossil animals ever, there's no such thing as the most accurate reconstruction. That's just a lie. You can make it as accurate as possible, to a very finite point.
I mean, scientifically informed, which is basically just the more accurate version of it, is like is a thing. There is more scientifically informed reconstructions than others.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at. But I really do wish that like people like, and it's mostly just like an online thing where like people are just like very how do you say, they expect
Very up in arms.
Yeah, they can expect something on. Like, I'm sorry, if you're expecting Jurassic World designs to meet your headcanon of what a certain dinosaur is going to look like, you're seeking, I don't know, it's like the equivalent of like expecting like a major like franchise to do heavy lifting for like social justice causes or whatever. It's like
7 minutes.
Yeah.
You're barking up the wrong tree. Or like, why are you expecting this to be your advocacy or whatever? I think I think I've got that nailed down. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it would be nice if there were some things that were incorporated from what we know, but I think expecting what is it? I think expecting like, I don't know, Jurassic World to be like super on the cutting edge of paleontology now at this point, it's just like, come on, you're not at this point, like, especially because like I think the first movie should have been like the canary in the coal mine, that the franchise was just kind of fixed on just being like what it has been for the last decade or so. But I don't think some people are self-aware enough to realize how these things work.
I think the main issue is that up until recently, which we have gotten more recent stuff, like there was just a huge non-Jurassic franchise drought of movies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that just sort of the frustrations with that sort of get mixed in.
I get
Yep.
that too. Like, I definitely want more than just Jurassic movies, but at the same time, if like every time a Jurassic movie does come out, like if I go to see it, I'm gonna go in there just to enjoy what it is and not wish that it is going to be more than it is, because it's not.
How did-
Where are the feathers?
How did
What the
we end
frick?
up on the topic of Jurassic Park or World?
I have no idea.
What was I think? Why was I talking about that actually? Oh, it's just like the whole
Accuracy and
discussion of
paleo
like,
art.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, scientifically informed should be a word that's used a lot more frequently, because I think I don't think a lot of people understand what accurate means when it comes to fossil animals or whatever, or even understand like what nuances there can be in reconstructing fossil animals, and also the fact that paleontologists are people, and whatever interpretations there are in the literature
What do you mean they're people?
can be subject to change and criticism.
Yeah.
But
Preposterous.
some people are not ready for that, and they just want the objective, sort of like they just want their skeletal served to them on a plate,
Right. Yeah.
Everything exists in
Which-
left lateral.
Yeah,
How am I gonna draw this if I don't have my left lateral skeleton?
yeah, and learning about other drawing another what is it, planes or whatever. That's silly. That's foolish. You shouldn't do that. It should all be in left lateral and
This is true.
all based on the same skeletals everyone else uses.
As Greg Paul has taught us.
Okay. So what I'm
So
getting
it
at
always
is I
shall
should
be.
rotate. I should mirror my canvas right now, so it's right lateral instead of left lateral.
Yeah, you actually just
Wait.
trolled yourself.
3 minutes.
Wait,
That's okay.
left
Horizontal rotierender T-Rex.
From what
What are you muttering
Yeah.
in German, Joshua?
one thing I will say that I think I remember is with the stuff for Dominion, didn't they say how things were going to be accurate? Or am I misremembering that
No,
with
they
another movie?
always say
Yeah,
that every
also
fucking
did not-
time.
That did not do that. I thought. Didn't 65 also say that?
Oh God! Don't even make me think about 65, man.
You should have called it 6-7.
Shut up.
Ah!
That's not better. Dude, I have been
Where
hearing
I
that
go.
non-stop. Oh, I'm sick of it. Genuinely, it's the worst.
Insert cricket sounds.
I never even watched 65. I was about to say it again. I stopped
haven't
myself.
either. I
It's the
haven't
Green
watched
Goblin
either, and I
man.
won't.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I am all for like inaccurate reconstruction sometimes when it comes to like doing a style. And the idea was there for something cool, because it's almost like a reverse Carnivore's Dinosaur Hunter almost, where you have
2 minutes.
where you have aliens coming to a dinosaur planet, but they don't do anything. We talked about this last week, I think.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't do
which is
anything
why, like,
interesting with
why
the
are we
aliens.
like, I think if we talk about like scientific credibility in paleo art, I would completely leave out all that pop culture stuff because it's pointless anyway. But I also think even within like more serious paleo art circles, credibility is put oftentimes on too much of a pedestal. I think as a basis for paleo art, like scientific credibility is it should be the baseline. But I also think at the end of the day, more important oftentimes is not credibility, but immersion.
True.
Yeah.
if
Also, say
what
dinosaur
like yeah
planet, say what
oh
again?
great you like made your the scales on your T-Rex like 100% like in the tiny things we like the tiny flakes we have preserved. Fantastic. The image looks like shit. It doesn't add
it's like
anything.
you gotta balance with especially like more like serious like scientifically informed stuff. You gotta balance like the science and the art, because that is the two things that are most important in my opinion. Like you gotta
I mean,
like
going back to like Jurassic
Yeah.
Park, like the first
Can
one,
we not?
it has a lot of things that even back then they would have
Look back
known.
in the fucking building.
Uh,
Back in the building.
We going
always
over like,
comes
oh
back.
hey, pop culture shouldn't be in this discussion, probably.
It always
Jurassic
comes
Park,
back.
back
It
in
is
the building.
so irrelevant.
I'm back in the building again.
Building.
Oh my god.
Okay,
It just
well,
can't
I wa-
stop bringing up Jurassic Park.
I do want to say this though. I don't mean to say that this is like a bad thing, but it does kind of burn my soul a
However-
little whenever I see someone just like drawing every scale for like some drawing, and it's just like it just makes it look gray. It doesn't really do anything. There should be more than just like learning your scale for this. You should
God.
like
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Does everyone else hear that? Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
everyone
it's not
heard
just
that.
her.
Somebody
Gosh.
draw every scale on a Spinosaurus once in Paleo stream. I recall somebody did every scale. on a
I
Spinosaurus.
would sooner. No,
I
I'm
think
not
there's some
gonna
people
do
who do
that.
it better than others. I personally think that someone like Everett Mankey is very good at this. But that's
Post
because
yourself.
he's also learned like other things in terms that I think a lot of people have forgone. Not all of us are. I don't know if maybe some of us have had this experience, but just sort of like feeling averse to like learning some technique because we didn't want to like I don't know, being put in art classes or whatever, and just kind of feeling allergic to learning technique, and then later on being like, actually maybe I should have picked up this here or there and whatever.
Lori, you are losing connection so quickly. You are stuttering
Yeah.
so much.
What? Oh man, that sucks.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Post your ectoconus. Post.
Oh, we're posting.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I wanted to
Okay.
say that for half a minute.
Sorry.
There you go.
Okay, I couldn't come up with an idea quick enough. So he's kind of basic, but it's okay.
One more thing I will say
Unacceptable.
about the whole quote unquote accuracy thing. I think on like from the perspective of like someone's personal development as an artist, I think a fixation on like the concept of being accurate can kind of be detrimental to your growth sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Because if that's like the only thing you're focusing on, you're not gonna really develop some other skills. It's like I don't
Right.
know,
Yeah.
there's more to it than that.
Yeah. Oh, and okay. So what I was saying earlier, and I hope not too much of this was left out, but what I'd mentioned was that there's some people where I'm not sure if I'm probably not the only one who's experienced this, but just sort of being allergic to like learning proper technique from art classes or whatever, and then just trying to teach yourself how to do everything, and then eventually just going back around to realizing, oh, maybe I should learn how to do a couple of techniques properly, and just kind of having to start over a little.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately probably one of those people. I in high school, I'll just say I wasn't like a good student. So
Yeah, I mean, who was?
yeah, but like I was like not a good student. So most of what I did in high school was like just drawing dinosaurs and stuff. So, like, that's what I'm good at now. But I'm not good at a lot of the other art stuff that I probably should have learned. So, anyone who's still in high school that has art classes, pay attention, please. Do it for me. Maybe I can take your knowledge.
It's certainly one of those things that does take a lot of like personally, like I'm what is it, like, especially with watercolor type stuff. Like I tried getting into gouache like a couple of months ago, and I was just horrified by like my first attempts at trying to do a wash. And then when I lamented this to a friend of mine, she was like, "I'll teach you how to paint." And then we like decided to paint some waves and seabirds at a nearby beach or whatever. And this is in watercolors, and it was just like, oh, okay, so there are a couple things that I needed to learn, but you know, I got confident enough to do it by my own at some point. But
Right.
yeah, just for fun. Just sometimes learning to just sort of accept that. Yeah, just like sort of learning that, oh, maybe I do need to learn something.
There's always
Mhm.
something new
I'm
to
gonna mute
learn.
myself for a bit. Hold on.
One of the best things I ever did to learn painting was my All Yesterday series.
Yeah.
Before that, I did work very little with paint or anything, but just doing these loose works on brown paper, ripped straight from the roll. That was because there were no stakes, so I just let the
Yeah.
paint speak, and having their also because they were all like very incredibly speculative takes that lend itself to that. But I think really like they are not being any like pressure, nothing really about these works trying to be perfect. That helps a lot. Finding something you are just excited about to work on, and not caring that much to make it super pretty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh my god, Raven. Raven lost every piece of art she ever did 3 times. Oh, damn. Oh. On Twitch, the stream is not showing. Let me reload the page. I hope it's just on my end.
It's the mammal of all time, John Mammal.
How is it looking for
Ray
other
Shapiro.
people on Twitch? Also loading board. Oh joy.
This might be John Larage here. I think Cheverton's.
I think my connection is also not the best looking at my my thingy here on Discord. Oh now it looks better again. I have all oh, and it's back to dog shit. God.
I'm starting to think Discord just is not good right now.
It was
Was
never
Discord ever good?
No, I mean like the internet or whatever, the connection to Discord is just not great. Maybe I
It
don't know.
is. Yeah, I will say that it is very funny to see your interpretation of it in this flocking compared to yours. In the Corral Bluffs, it is very different.
I don't actually remember how I did it in Corral Bluffs.
Wait, yeah.
I posted it in other talk text.
Good.
That.
No, it's got hooves.
Oh wait, yeah. Yash, look in.
Oh, actually, I don't
Looking
know.
at our text.
What what thing is?
It's just doing whatever.
I just
Don't know
cl-
your own brush.
I just clicked through my brushes here willy nilly and picked something. Which one was this? It wasn't this one. Oh no! No! You know what it is? It's a goat.
It is
Dude,
a
Um,
goat.
good.
It's a cope.
Why do you have a
Goat
goat
texture.
brush?
I don't know. I think this is. Oh no! It's animated. It's animated. It's. I think it's a run cycle.
The Egbert brush. Like, oh.
What? The rush
Why-
cycle is awesome.
Why do you have this?
I think this. I think this
What?
came with a. I think this came with a brush set that I downloaded at some point.
Why does he
awesome.
have an
Like,
extra
oh.
limb?
I don't know.
That's scary.
I don't know.
What is it?
That's
It's
There's
interesting
so
to
much
see
wrong
you
with this
draw go
animal.
really quickly.
Confetti. The
This
other
is how
day
I animate
I
my
downloaded
pieces.
a few extra like foliage brushes, but I don't think it was in there. So I think the first time I
This is how I
used.
animate my piece.
I
Oh, I
have
never
GIMP and
used
I
this
don't
brush.
think
Look at
I've
that.
ever seen
I
it.
think I will.
Oh,
I will
okay.
try
no,
to
no,
use
I
this
do
brush.
have it.
It's just a. Why do they have
It's a
that? in
GIMP thing. Yeah.
That's awesome
Why?
that
GIMP?
GIMP just comes with that. That's awesome.
I mean, if you
I
with
love
the
that.
right
Yeah,
settings,
the
you can
best
actually paint
program.
with this quite well. I think from afar it is a funny texture. Just don't look
True.
too closely.
That's
I
awesome.
love the bell pepper at the bottom. That's awesome. In the other talk text.
Yeah, you can't even get rid of it.
Oh yeah. The
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Enough of that. Let's have a look what people posted. Starting with Doomite. Oh my god, it's not a monster.
I couldn't come up with anything.
No, I think it's good. I think it looks cool. I like the shape design and stuff. And a little bit longer fur in
It's a
here and
lot
there.
harder to do. It's a lot harder to do designs on mammals like how I do with like my dinosaurs and other things.
I think it's
It's a lot
actually easier
harder to
because
do
there's
it
so
with
much stuff you can do with soft tissue.
Okay. Yes, but I don't know the rules, so I don't know how to break them yet. I have to do my own
Hmm.
exploration of the rules of how far I can push mammal stuff. So
Doomite, you know what
it's
we
just
call
like a
that?
me thing. What?
Skill issue. Anyway, next up is
Yeah, that's about what I said.
Octoles with this little furry creature, very much liking the poofy tail. Very cool, very nice. Yeah, looks good. What a nice funky boy. Look at him. Then we have Vex with a portrait of our little guy here. Feel like it's a little. Where's the skeletal again? I feel like it. I think so. And post-orbital part would be more vaulted. Looking at the skull, it feels a little bit like these overbred dogs. A little bit. Oh god, what's they called again? Not Doberman.
Bull terriers.
Bull terriers. Yes, it feels a little bit too
Yeah.
bull terrier. I feel. Like when you. No, let's take this here. Oops. Like mammals. This thing looks like it would have a slight sagittal crest. I would say, but more importantly, like you have like jaw muscles that would bulge out at the top here, and then the relatively rectangular snout in front of the eyes, creating like this dip here that is basically over the eyes here, like bulging out jaw muscles, and then so yeah.
I think that skull's a little bit crushed, or it's the angle because
there's a lateral drawing that doesn't have as much of a dip.
Yeah, but still, even with that, let me go up. I didn't grab that. I'm not sure I'm trusting that skull either.
I mean, I just think the one in the reference is crushed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but what about the one that is based
Either
that
that or
the
just
drawing is
perspective,
based
because
on?
you can see that the orbit's a little bit messed up in there.
Yeah, but looking at the drawing here, the thing is we are looking here for comparison, not to the fossil.
Okay,
And
okay, you have pulled up the drawing.
yeah, no, but if you like look at the drawing, this looks a little bit to me like this could also be slightly crushed, but like laterally flattened. Like this with a weird way, like the orbit. I mean, if you use that for reference, yeah, maybe you come up with that shape, the direction. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I would like to see the specimen the skull drawing is based on. Because I don't think there is that much crushing in the mound. But anyway, let's carry on. There is a little funky guy by Laurie. Look at him. Just standing there. Realizing.
Yeah. It was fun to do it like that. Like a bit of just rough sketching the rest of the skeleton, but
Yeah,
it was fun.
That works, that works. Then, fucking mandrill gives us pathology. And what a gnarly pathology. That looks like a pretty nasty infection. I think I would have given it slightly less of a chin, but then again, this looks like you gave it a little bit more fur down there. So, yeah. That checks out. I think I would... no. It's oftentimes hard to tell. I think I would have given it little bit more of a pointier nose. Maybe. It is. Mammal soft tissue reconstruction is hard, and I'm not an expert on this.
Is it just me, or is Josh like cutting out?
No, I
yeah,
hear it too.
Josh, you're cutting out a bit.
It is.
damn,
You'll
there
love
goes
to
the stream.
see it. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like the
stream
connection
is
on my
down.
end is
Oh.
also not the best.
There it goes. There it goes.
Oh no! Oh my God! It's more than a year since we had this.
No.
We have Mr. Sadman on stream.
Oh, was it bad?
Oh,
Oh no.
I think the stream might be something.
Oh, there it goes
Are
again.
we-
It appears to be back.
Yeah, I think it's back.
I think we are back in business. But yeah, I think this is very nicely rendered. What a creature. Next up, Captain Trululu. Oh, I see. We are doing like a little package here. We're getting a package deal. Now in warm brown tones. Nice. Oh my God, you made it super buff in frontal view. But that fits your style here. I wouldn't make the digits, especially on the hind limbs, so distinct and so evenly spaced and like sameish in width. Like it looks a little bit like you stuck a few sausages to the palms and metacarpals here. Like I making them a little bit shorter proportionally, maybe giving them a little bit more definition. I think that can help quite a bit. But yeah, no, looking forward to the finished thing. Then there is Raven's little creature here in all pink and black. Very cool. I love the droopy flesh here around the muzzle and stuff. Very cool. Nice. And the long and like the elongated spines here on the thoracic and lumbar, weirdly tall lumbar vertebra, honestly. That comes across nicely. Then we have Alex, he needs to be silenced. My God, with babies on the back by the looks of it. Fantasy tomorrow. I feel like for a placental mammal, this might be a little bit too small of an offspring.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
this seems really tiny.
this is not a marsupial. And if it was a placental, the litter would be probably a lot bigger. Which would be fun if a mammal of this size still had to litter to a rat, but I think the juveniles would be probably if it is a litter of 2, I would expect these babies to be like 3 times the size. But I very much like the pose here. Nice skull reconstructions and everything. Yep. Looks good. Maybe a little bit more like. I feel like the torso could be a little bit longer. But anyway, next up, Velociraptor.
Oh no. I was
With
about to ask because it just means Yashko.
Yeah,
Am I-
that
am I
would
cutting
be
out
off right
again?
now.
Yippee!
I love how that cut through the silence.
They try to be close.
Oh, I think it's fine now. Maybe.
Let us try again.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, Velociraptor with a little brown boy, with some spotty pattern here. I think again the head is a little bit too simplistic, maybe slightly, but proportions overall seems to be around about right. Yeah, what a little guy. Then, oh my God. Oh wait, no, that of course that's short Moron Brontosaur. I should have known. With this guy sitting on the back of a big soft-shell turtle, by the looks of it, because we have very large soft-shell turtles from here, leftovers from the Cretaceous. Very fun. Look at him go. Although it looks like a juvenile. I haven't drawn Paleoid in 3 weeks. I will not tear you up. I will pair you up.
It does have fat shot, baby. By the way.
Hair.
Yeah, it must be baby. What creature? Or should we post it? Yes. Hussein, hello there. This is a look at him. I think I would make the eyes slightly bigger and a
I think my
slightly
brother
more
just got
forward.
home. His music in his car is playing so loud that it's vibrating the window right next to me.
Am I not
What's he
audible?
playing?
I don't know.
Am I
You
audible?
got off for
Sorry.
a little. Right
Oh,
now, yes.
No,
Okay.
no, we can hear you. Sorry, Yosh.
Okay. I was about to say, why are people talking? We're not done yet. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I quite like what you did here with the fur. I can see a certain bearish inspiration here, also in the muzzle, soft tissue reconstruction. Very fun. Then Enderiano, with this little guy walking around, or
It's amazing.
incredible. Yeah.
Yash, please go to white.
I think the forelimbs could be a little more beefy. Looking at the skeletal structure, this appears to be quite the hefty forelimb musculature this guy would have. It reminds me a little bit of stuff I know about sloths. So you can like looking at these muscle crests here on the forelimb, you would probably have quite a bit of muscles attached here. Even in my case here, they are probably not quite the size they should be.
Yeah. makes sense.
I could imagine these guys being scratch diggers. That could be something they did. Also with like the big forearm like elbow stuff here going on. Forgot the name for it. To like that looks like very very good for scratch digging. But yeah, like a lot of muscles on these forelimbs. Yeah, and I think the tail could be slightly longer. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, looks good otherwise. Then we have another portrait by JW. We should look at the little snooper. Interesting reconstruction of the face. Very fun. Liking the different takes we get here. From very dog to nearly pig-like a little bit.
Oh my god, he died again.
He's truly liking.
I will
I'm going
simply
insane.
I will simply from now on put my seal of
he's dead
approval
again.
upon
Oh,
everything, and that will be it. Very nice by Captain Trolulu. Oh my god, Bargisland, Avi.
No.
Yash, you are cutting out like every other sentence.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, no, that's
I think we're losing him.
I
It is-
will
it is getting
simply
bad enough where we would kick.
I will
Is
simply
fight versus fight.
This is the second time you cut out after saying simply.
simply I me likey. Me likey.
We got that last.
Maybe we
Just-
could like, could we
just
take a
talk.
break and like reset? Maybe you could reset your router or something like that.
Just talking.
Yeah, it might be a
caveman
good idea.
speak.
I
Grog like art.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Art is
ooh.
Man.